Hello and welcome to Blinkers Off. It's great to be back for another show. We've got plenty of news and stories and loads of giveaways coming your way, so stay with us over the course of the show. Now joining me on the panel is our usual suspects, big-time footy coach and form analyst Ben Perkins, and three-time Sydney Premiership winning jockey and Brisbane Premiership winning jockey Larry Cassidy. Larry, first of all, great to be back.
Great to be back, Jess.
And tell me this, how's the week been for you?
Week's been all right. A couple of placings early in the week, and weather stayed good, and we're racing on good tracks.
And tell me, how's the golf swing going? I've heard a whisper from around the track. You've been back on the track.
Been back on the golf day, the Desiree Gill Golf Day on Monday, and organised by Kelvin Horton. Done a fantastic job there. We raised $16,500 for the family, and that goes straight to the family, which is absolutely fantastic. And I had two closest to the pins, and one of them held up, so great day.
Well, that's great news. You're hitting the ball all well. We'll have to get on the course and I'll take a few dollars off you. Now, also joining me is Ben Perkins. Welcome, Ben.
Jesse, and my sincere apologies to all the viewers for last week, because Jesse said to me, do the form for a wet track. It's going to snow, it's going to sleet, it's going to hail, it's going to be just torrential hurricane, it's going to be like a tsunami out there. And then the rain didn't come, so we did all the form for a wet track and it just didn't eventuate.
Now, don't make excuses for that poor tipping.
Victim of circumstances, I'm telling you.
I just want to, you're familiar with the word humility by any chance? No?
No.
Well, just for the record, we're just going to go to the replay. Down one that you haven't mentioned here, number 3, Rocky King. And this horse has good form again. I find it very. What are you laughing for?
Well, it's up in. What
are you laughing for?
It's way up in weight. It's way up in weight.
Last week?
Mate, it's up in weight.
Right, yeah, it's up in weight, but it's had 17 starts or 7 wins. It's got to be a handy sort of horse. I mean, it's on the up.
Yeah, it's one of the horses who's going to make the pace for my tips this weekend, and we'll be thanking it after the race.
Made the pace for your horse. It just kept on going, fortunately for me.
I'm telling you.
Now,
it's taken a long time for you to get one on me, a long time.
All right, there we go. One for me. Now we're going to get into it. We're going to preview Sydney Quaddie and the Brisbane Quaddie. And first of all, Ben, you've got first leg of the Quaddie in Sydney. What are your selections?
Well, the whole key to the race is going to be the market. So if you're going to go for the huge tip, which will be number 10 here, Specific Choice from the Wallow stable, it's going to be heavily back for sure. Will start favourite. Hugh Bowman takes over from Christian Reef. They said they rode this horse far too close to the lead last start, so look for it to get back and come home hard. I think the value runner might be number 11 here, Corrie Vrecken. I think that it didn't run very well last start, which was a surprise, but it does have very good form at this track and at this journey, and should be around the 10-1 mark. I think from gate 1 it'll give a sight. Number 12 here, Coro Beatty, was a pretty strong, courageous win last start, but it's a Gerald Ryan horse, will probably be second favourite, and with Gerald you'll make a lot more money betting on Gerald at horses over 8-1. Anything that's very short, you're going to be borrowing money.
No, Gerald, he's a very good trainer.
Oh, no one say he's not a good trainer, but if you back his favourites, I'm telling you, after years and years and years of watching Gerald's favourites...
You could say that about Chris Waller as well.
You're going to go broke. And
you could say that about any trainer.
Don't agree. And I put in my 4th selection here is number 1, Imperil. Had 2 runs back.
Can we go back to the replay?
No, I'm telling you.
You sure you don't want to go back to the replay?
Mate, you'll be buying my shirt if you back Gerald's favourites.
All right, okay. Now, Larry, you're riding. We're going to look at Doomben. You're riding one there, all the right moves. It's in with a chance, quite an open field.
Yeah, look, she's a handy mare in a day. There's a couple of smart ones in it, obviously, Doubtfully Lizelle and Discreet, but she gets in quite good here because she's been running probably easier races and been carrying around the 60 kilo mark. But this being a set weight race, and she has 55.5. Look, I think she'll run pretty well.
Yeah, no, she will run well. Les Kelly's a very good trainer, quite astute with his horses. Myself, I like Lucille here from the Birchley camp. It's coming back from Victoria, running in those group races down there, was very competitive. She did win at Caulfield over the 1100. She loves this track. She's got a very good trainer in Birchley. I got her on top. From number 3, Discreet, class horse, first up. Got a great record first up. Does love the track, loves the distance. Barrier 11, slight query, did trial behind Seeking More, trialled well, ran second, got her in for second, Discreet. Number 9, Words of Weapon, from the young trainer Sam Kavanagh down in Sydney. He's brought it up for this listed race, obviously to get it a bit of black type. This horse looks to be set the pace. There looks to be a lack of pace in this race, so Words of Weapon might have an advantage here and could lead all the way. Now number 8, Darcy, I'm putting her in for 4th. Comes from Tamworth, Sue Grills there. She's won 9 races out of 18, and she looks to be a smoky at big odds. Get back. Look for her to be running on. So like 2, 3.
What about fessing up here? What about saying, is there a family connection there?
Is there a connection there, Jess?
Well, you want to be honest about this on this? What's going on?
Yeah, well, the old man bred her. He bred her, and he's a half owner. So look, yeah, it'd be nice to see her win. I don't want to tip her. Every time I see them back her, she seems to run 4th or 2nd. So look, she'll be competitive. We don't want to put the mock on her. She'll run a great race. She's at her best, and we're looking. Got our fingers crossed. 50 grand first prize. Handy little kickstart to the weekend.
not to mention the inheritance.
Now, I was back to the track during the weekend. I put a little GoPro on one of the jockeys' helmets, and you're gonna have a little exclusive look at what a jockey or a track rider goes through each morning down the track when they put a horse through its paces. Here we are, back to the track with the GoPro footage, thanks to Toby Edmonds.
One lane a bit this fella, eh?
You know, there's a great bit of footage there on the track, and it's quite interesting. They go through some rigorous training, and now we're going to look at previewing Sydney again, the second leg of the quaddie. Ben, what do you come up with here?
Well, this is a very, very big race. I'm taking on White Sage, who's going to be the favourite from the wide gate. I'm taking on Terra Vista. I'm taking on She's Clean, and I'm going for a horse who's very, very, very close to my heart.
Who's that?
My heart. I'm going for number 6 here, Sedcom.
There's got to be money in it to be close to your heart, doesn't it?
You can always fill it up, Jesse. You know how to do that. Now, Sedcom's had 2 runs in.
Yeah.
The last run, he finished off quite stoutly.
Yeah, I saw the run.
Not quite as well as I would have hoped personally, but he had 3 weeks off before that run. So he really should be cherry ripe for this race. It's not going to be an easy race to win.
Now
but
you've got a little interest in this horse, do you?
Well, it's named after me, so that's why it's very important, you know, that it does run well, because I call, I'm running today, I'm doing this today. My daughter says, "You're not a horse, Dad," and I go, "Yes, I am," and she says, "No, you're not." And but anyway, so I'm going for number 6, Sedcom. I think it's going to be around, I'd say 7 or 8 to 1. It should be that price. Number 2 here will be big odds, Alma's Fury, proven at this track and distance. Number 10, Tromso. Now, another Chris Waller horse. This horse got some very good confidence last start. start, and it drops in weight against beating 9th Legion, who's also in this race, and my next selection from the Hawks Yard. So it's got a weight advantage and will be a bigger price. So I've gone 6, 2, 10, 11, and I've left out White Sage, Terra Vista, and She's Clean.
Sorry, Ben, who's riding Sedcom?
Yeah.
Hugh Bowman.
Huey.
Daddy.
Geez, I hope he hasn't been up all night feeding the new bub.
Mate, anyone who knows anything
He had
about
a
having
baby.
kids.
Even his wife, they had a baby on Tuesday, didn't
Yeah,
they?
congratulations to Huey and Christine. But
Baby
geez,
girl
I hope
there?
he has an early night Friday night.
Everyone who's a father here knows that soon as the baby is born, the wife goes somewhere else, you sleep well, and it's a mother and daughter thing.
It's 2013,
Yes.
mate. It's 1950,
Not
mate.
1950s.
Not in my house.
Even though
today.
you dress like it and look like you're something out of the 50s, it's all right.
You mean Superman?
Righto, race 6 up here at Doomben. Larry, you've got quite a good ride in the race. Rudy looks to be very competitive. How do you fancy his chances?
Yeah, Jess, he's second up. He raced in a 1,000-metre race first up and got back and made up really good ground. And I thought it was a great run.
Only beaten 2 lengths.
Yeah, mate, it was probably the eye-catching run of the race.
No doubt.
You know, 1100 still probably way short of his best because he's more of a miler, but from a reasonable gate of barrier 5. He should give a very good sight.
And then again, Jesse, if he gets that rain happening again,
Well,
like last week,
look, if the
that's
rain,
his go.
there's no forecast for rain. But
goodness.
if the rain does come, well, he's even better on a wet track.
If the rain does come, Darcy won't be coming up. So hopefully it stays away. Now myself, I like Rudy. I've put Rudy on top from number 6, Missing Page, number 10, Tinto, and number 2, Choose a Saga. As Larry mentioned, Rudy does have the form for this race. Helen Page, she's a very competent trainer. And just the question of the week, she's married to John Page. He trained a place getter in the Melbourne Cup. If you name the horse of the name of the horse that placed in the Melbourne Cup, I'll give away those tickets to Sydney races next week and the Brisbane races and the ones at Morfordville. So what was the name of John Page's horse that was placed in the Melbourne Cup? Ben, are you familiar with that?
No, but I know one thing, that Helen Page told me some fantastic stories about her and her husband. They were very, very big punters.
Were they?
Huge.
Well, there are a few stories we're going to get into later on. Now, during the week, I was back to the track where I caught up with a young bunning apprentice here, Gina Mitchell, all the way from Scotland, and she's taken her chances in becoming an apprentice jockey. Here I am at Back to the Track with Gina Mitchell. Here I'm joined by Gina Mitchell, a young budding apprentice who wants to make it in the ranks. And welcome, Gina.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing really well. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. Been riding a few, getting a bit tired.
Now you are looking to becoming an apprentice. How's that all going for you?
It's gone really well. I've been riding here in the Gold Coast for about 3 months now. I was over in Perth for a year. A trainer taught me to ride the racehorses over there. I was only ever meant to come out here for 3 months, but I fell in love with the sport and might be doing the apprenticeship.
And how are you finding it over in Australia compared to Scotland?
Very different, very warm. I didn't ever think I'd be in such a nice country, so it is very good. But I am going back to Scotland on Tuesday to surprise the folks for Christmas. So don't show them this before they see it. But no, I'm looking forward to it, yeah.
So you'll be home for Hogmanay?
Possibly, yeah. I'm not sure how long I'll be there for yet, but it'll be good to see them again. It's been a year and a half.
And tell me, when are you going to first start riding in races?
Well, if I do the apprenticeship, hopefully as soon as possible, I'm keen to get started. So hopefully, like, as soon as I come back, we can sort it all out and get out there as soon as possible.
So you've ridden in jump outs?
Yes, I have done a few jump outs. I'm doing some more today. We have a few of our 2-year-olds going round, so I'm looking forward to that later on.
Now, they tell me you can punch out a bit of a tune. What can you and can't you sing?
I can sing anything, don't worry.
Well, go on, punch something out for us.
Really? Right here? Oh, okay. Yeah, a little bit of Adele. There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch and it's bringing me out the dark. Yeah, that's all you're getting for now. You'll have to watch again for another one.
All right, thanks for coming on, Gina, and I'm sure you'll come on in the near future.
Thank you very much.
And there Gina is, she can certainly sing a tune. Larry, have you seen her around?
Actually, I think I seen her at the trials the other day, but Jesus, I think I can even sing better than that.
Yeah? Well, we're going to have to...
It's only in the shower.
Yeah,
we got cameras for that, don't you worry.
All right, Ben, we're going to look at the third leg of the quaddie. Sydney, what do you come up with?
I think it might be a 2-horse race here with number 4 Heart Tester. It'll sit behind Zaratone. I expect Zaratone to go to the lead and be very hard to run down. I think they'll Quinella the race, and I think for 3rd and 4th I put in number 7 Safeguard and number 9 Fireball, but very keen that Quinella of Heart Tester and Zaratone.
Now race 7 at Doomben, it's the Tattersalls listed race over the mile. Larry, you're riding Lisson Sun here. He's going to be, he's a genuine try, he's top weight again. He'll be going to the front pretty much.
Yeah, look, he's drawn 16 and from there, obviously straight to the front and hopefully he can hang on.
Myself, I like Philadelphia from Black Cash. Number 13, Elmontosh. Could be a bit of a blowout here at decent odds. And number 9, Felino. But I think Philadelphia is the class horse. And I've got her on top from Black Cash, Elmontosh, and number 9, Felino. Now, right after the break, we're going to talk sport, where we talk the Ashes, Rugby Union, Ben's favourite, the Wallabies, and as well, coming up, the Rugby League World Cup preview. Straight after the break. Okay, it's that time. We're going to look at the last leg of the quaddie, and Ben, Sydney, last leg. Hopefully you'll be alive going into the last leg. Fingers crossed, huh?
Well, that's that old Suicide Park. I'm going each way here. Number 5, Skip Town, was scratched last week. Ran a good second first up. I think it can run a good race here. Number 12, they scratched this last time as well. A Hawks horse called Messiah. Now this has got very, very good fresh form, and the Hawk stable's also going extremely well at the moment, so I think they might fancy this horse. It'll be around the 10 to 1 mark. Number 15 here at about 20 to 1 is called War Charm. Now this horse was back last week on the Kensington track, but it's not suited to the Kensington track. So I reckon they've shown a bit of their ammo for this race, and Rose Hill suited a lot better. And the secret teachings say a horse at 25 to 1 called New Day Rising, number 2, is a very sneaky chance for your first 4.
All right, now, Larry, you're riding Powerful Jet. It's going to be very competitive in this race.
Yeah, it's a pretty open race, the last at Doomben. But he was scratched last week from a wide draw, and luckily he drew perfectly here Saturday, and he's got to have a great chance, I think.
Now remember, on the website at www.blinkersoff.com.au, we have got the tipping challenge. It's an interstate challenge, and currently this is the prize that's up for grabs for every winner in the comp. A lovely RIQ Best Bets mug. As well, hey, what are you laughing for? You ain't going to be winning it.
No, I'm happy with cupped hands myself.
I'm going to take this one home with me.
Now, just reminding, Ben's from South Australia, and they are running 4th in the comp, 4th out of 4. New South Wales are in front. Victorians are running 2nd, and Queensland. Long way to go, so go onto the website, check it out. As well, you can follow us on Twitter at BlinkersOff88 for all our tweets, and get on and follow us, because now we have engaged the services of an expert greyhound form analysis exclusively for our RIQ customers. He specialises in a race-by-race analysis, and he will find the dogs at Ipswich Greyhound Circuit. We will supply tips at 3 meetings on a weekly basis, and are currently formulating a once-in-a-lifetime offer with a money-back guarantee. So you get your money back if you don't make a profit. So let's get on board. Let's put his confidence and experience to work. And now, over the next 3 weeks, I'm going to be tweeting these selections for free on Twitter, BlinkersOff88. And you can follow for yourself. They'll be on the website, and it'll be transparent for everyone to see. So just follow us on Twitter for all those tips. They're spot on, and I'm sure you'll be very happy. Now myself, I like number 13 here, Holy Toledo, at big odds, massive odds. I think it could pop up. Like Larry mentioned, it's a very open race. And a number of horses could win it. I like 13 Holy Toledo from 11 Powerful Jet. It's probably the one to beat. Number 9 Cyclone Billy and 10 Gunner Knox. So I like 13, 11, 9 and 10. Now Ben, talking sport. The Ashes, they're back. Return of the Urn. Are Australia going to continue on? Now you talk to Lehman.
Darren,
What's he got to say?
he's happy.
He's from South Australia.
He is from
He's
South
a crow
Australia.
eater.
He loves Port Adelaide.
Poor Mark Williams tip. He's going to end up at Collingwood at the end of the season, 2014. That's the mail.
That'd be good.
Now, Larry. World Cup Rugby League, New Zealand. Can they beat the Aussies?
Look, when we talk about any code of rugby, I'll remind you of that song, Queen song, We Are the Champions.
Sonny Bill.
We are the champions, and we will remain the champions after Saturday as well, in both codes.
Well, currently on TatsBet Australia at $2.40.
What?
Plus 12.5 star.
What, Australia at $2.40?
Yeah, with
I
Star.
doubt that. Australia would be about $1.33.
Yeah, line bet, $1.33. And they're $2.40 with giving New Zealand 12.5 star.
So we have to win by more than 12.5 to get $2.40.
Yeah, that's a great bet.
No, I don't like that.
Hey, you don't like the odds?
I don't like that bet.
The confidence has dropped already.
No, I'm pretty confident the Aussies will, like that. They've had an easy run. They've had an easy run into the final, so that could be the query. Now, the Wallabies, Ben, struggled against Scotland there, against Wales.
They did have half their team out. But finally, they'll get some of their team back this weekend for the Wales game. I have been to this venue a couple of times with the side. It's a fantastic occasion. The whole town is just walks en masse to the Oval, well, to the stadium, which is just around the corner from the city. And we've got a very, very good record there. We beat Wales as a rule, and I would expect us to beat them again.
Now, just going back to the All Blacks, they seem to be unbeatable.
No, they're getting...
Do the Springboks look like to be some sort of chance of taking the title?
Well,
they're in great form.
It was astonishing to me that England looked so bad against Australia, then played so well against New Zealand. Ireland last week looked so shocking against the Wallabies, and then they nearly beat the All Blacks. So to me that says that the season has been long and drawn out. The All Blacks are a bit tired and uninspired, but once those All Blacks have a rest and start again next year, they are the benchmark. They are fantastic.
They are the benchmark, and just on that, those teams that played the All Blacks, they always lift against a better team.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They always seem to find another gear when the tempo comes to step up to the mark, and they always seem to find. Do you think?
Well, there's something to that for sure and certain, but it's been a long year for the All Blacks.
Now remember, get online. We've got those giveaways with Question of the Week. If you can name John Page's Melbourne Cup place getter, the husband of Helen Page there. Now that brings us to an end of another show. Before we go, Ben, your best bet for Sydney? Come on, don't make me go to the replay.
No, I'm going to go for the Quinella of Heart Tester and Zaratone. I think they're going to lead a merry dance, those two out near the lead, and be very hard to get past those two. And
Larry, looking at your mounts there, who would be the pick of them?
Oh, look, probably Rudy's a pick, but the 1100 probably is going to be too short for him. He is much better suited to a mile, which I think he backs up next week to a mile. But look, he's a lovely horse and definitely worth following.
You're saying he's going to back up next week to a mile?
Into a mile.
That's a very strange training.
He did it first up. He ran 1,000, then won a 1,200, jumped straight to a Saturday mile, and absolutely blew him away.
That's on a heavy track.
Yeah, but that was like 1,800. So
it's going to be very competitive.
It just shows how the training of racehorses has changed, hasn't it?
Oh, it has. It's changed immensely over time with heart rate monitors, different types of feed.
Yeah, it's changed.
Well, sadly, that brings us to an end of another show of Blinkers Off. Thanks for joining us. It's been great having you. And join us next week. Same place, same time. Bye for now.